everyone. We're in Hollywood Studios this morning. We're heading in for early morning magic in Toy Story Land, which is new to us and new to the park. So we're really excited. It is a little chilly and very early, but that can't dull our Disney sparkle. It's a little too early for me to be trying to say stuff like that. Good morning! We're walking through Hollywood Studios right now. There's nobody here because it's early morning magic, which is an extra ticketed event. But look, this is the time to get photos in the park if you want them, because there's nobody here. You excited?
Yeah.
Our plan is to ride Slinky Dog, and then Alien Swirling Saucers, and then Toy Story Midway Mania. Alright, so we are in the ABC commissary, and there is a continental breakfast for those of us who are doing early morning magic. So I got some yogurt, apple juice, I got coffee. I tried to get tea, but the water was cold, so it wouldn't steep. So we didn't realize this, and I didn't read this, and I read a lot about this event, so I'm not sure if this is a new thing or a today thing, but we are not able to go into Toy Story Land until 7:30. So we're you know, we have to be in here, which is fine because we're eating breakfast, but we have to be in here until 7:30. So it's about 7:10. So we're gonna eat, and then we'll head over there. We just finished our little early breakfast, and we are heading into Toy Story Land now. Oh, this is so neat. Even the trash can.
Hey, howdy, hey! I'm Sheriff Woody. Come on in. I can't wait for the rest of the toys to meet you.
Look, this shoe print, it's Andy's shoe print you see on the floor. Andy's footprint. Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Come on in and let's have
Andy's footprint.
Do good time.
Here's Slinky Dog. There he goes. I can't wait to ride that ride. Heard such good things about it. I love those popsicle stick benches, like on already eaten popsicles. They're so cute. Oh, there's Alien Swirling Saucers. And I'm assuming, since everyone's heading this way, that this is Slinky Dog Dash. We're right at the front of the queue.
And keep an eye on your little toys. Bienvenidos, our Slinky Dog Dash.
We just rode Slinky Dog Dash. I'll have to give you our thoughts. Suffice to say, it was awesome. And now we are waiting in line for Alien Swirling Saucers. Alright, it's 8:30. We have finished with Toy Story Land. We rode everything that we wanted, as much as we wanted. It was very, very empty. And I just wanted to show you guys a little bit more of the early morning magic. So here in the commissary, you can get coffee and tea and juice, and this is all included with the price of admission for the event. And so there's juice and milk, and then there are a couple of different cereal options, as well as a yogurt bar, fresh fruit, and some pastries. In addition to those different offerings, you're also able to order whatever you want from this menu up here. And this is all included with the price of the event as well. So I know it's kind of hard to see, but you can look it up if you're really super interested. So here's what it is. So this is open until 10. Now we got in here at 7. We were allowed to go into the Toy Story Land at 7:30. And then we were in Toy Story Land for the past hour, and there's so few crowds that we were able to do everything that we wanted to do. And now we're back in here, and this is open until 10 for the event. So it's a pretty good situation, I would say. We were able to get everything done, all the new rides, everything like that. Now I have to say the breakfast offerings weren't really thrilling either of us, so we'll see how these are there. I don't know, we'll just see. This is like a maple fried chicken with donuts, and this is shrimp and grits, and I got a hot chocolate to go with my meal. So we'll try. The food I don't think is the reason for this event.
No, it's nice.
Like, yeah, it's a nice, so, whew, it's cold out there. As far, I will try this food and we'll see. But we've kind of determined, like, don't do this for the breakfast, do this for the low crowds. I mean, Toy Story Land was virtually empty. We were able to ride Slinky Dog Dash back to back with no wait. We were able to ride Toy Story Mania, walk right in. We walked right onto Alien Swirling Saucers. Like, we could ride everything as many times as we wanted. We could get great pictures. It was not crowded. So that would be the reason to do this. But the breakfast is a nice bonus. Let's say that. That's kind of where we stand on it. Is it good?
Yeah.
Well, maybe the food will be great. We'll see. Okay, we just tried our entrees and our verdict is it's not bad. I'm not obsessed with it. I've had meals here, many meals here that I've enjoyed more, but it's not half bad. I really like the option of the fresh fruit and the yogurt, which is what I ate earlier. I really like that. So that would be my personal opinion, would be that the food's not bad. It's not my favorite, but it would be worth, to me, it was worth it to be able to come into the parks early and have a few hours in Toy Story Land with zero wait times, basically.
Well, we came and ate a little bit first thing because we had to. So nothing else to do. And we went and did all that. And we came back and like had more. So
Yeah, it made for a nice morning.
it's pretty good.
And they have coffee set up out there in Toy Story Land as well.
Oh yeah.
So you can get coffee here. Like I said, tea. I have some hot cocoa. You can get a lot of different things. They do it really well. And there's like no one in here right now because everyone's in line and doing Toy Story, but we felt like we got our fill. We did a bunch of rides and we're excited to watch the throngs of people come in. And then we're gonna head, I think, over to Rock and Roller Coaster for a morning ride. So the park just opened. I'm not sure if you can totally get the full picture, but there are literal throngs of people, just masses of people walking toward Toy Story Land. So this would be the reason to do early morning magic, of course, would be that you wouldn't have to fight the crowds. So here they come, and they are all going the same direction. We decided to head over to Rock and Roller Coaster to start the second part of our morning, I guess. And usually, well, it used to be, that was one of the biggest attractions here, so there was always a horde of people going that way. But because of Toy Story Land, as you can see, it's a lot less people. So we're looking forward to that. And Riley will probably ride Tower of Terror, huh? It's the only ride in Disney that I can't ride. I'm not afraid to ride it. I've ridden it in the past, but it makes me so dizzy for hours and it's just not worth it. But it's a really cool ride. Here we go, Rock and Roller Coaster. As a kid, this was my favorite ride. We came one time when I was in 7th grade and I thought I was the coolest girl around because I loved this ride, which cracks me up now. But you know, it is a good ride.
Sorry folks, we gotta go.
Hey guys, we just got back to our hotel room. It's just about noon, so we've been up since 5 and we got into the event right around like 7 or so, and so we've already had a very full day even though it's only noon. So we are going to just take probably like an hour or so to hang out here and warm up a little bit because it's quite chilly today, although it's not raining like it was yesterday, so praise for that. And then we're gonna head out. We're going to Animal Kingdom tonight. We have fast passes and reservations for dinner in Animal Kingdom. I wanted to talk quickly about early morning magic and our experience with it right now, because otherwise I will forget, and I always get, whenever I post things like that, I get a lot of questions and sometimes I don't really remember like how it went. So I'm going to talk about it now in terms of timing. So we set our alarms. The event was from 7 a.m. until 10 a.m. with the park opening at 9. So from 7 to 9 a.m. that was when we were in the park only. We were only in the park in Toy Story Land. And then from 9 to 10, other guests were in the park, but the event was still going on in terms of the food continuing to be offered. So we got up at 5:15 a.m. and we scheduled a Lyft, which is a ride service, basically like a taxi, for 6:15. So Riley got up much later than I did, but it takes me longer to get ready. So I got up and washed my face, brushed my teeth, pulled myself together. You wouldn't know it now, that I've been out in the cold for like 5 or 6 hours, but I pulled myself together and got dressed and ready for the day. And then we went and our lift was waiting for us right at 6:15. It was super easy and great. We didn't have to wait outside for buses or anything like that. And we took the lift to Hollywood Studios. When we got to Hollywood Studios, the lift was able to drop us off quite close to the entrance of the parks. Right now, because of the gondola construction, the buses are like literally like a half a mile or even maybe more from the entrance of Hollywood Studios. It is a very long walk. So that was the main reason why we decided to go with a lift. Because we didn't want to have to wait outside in the dark and the cold, but also because we didn't want to have to walk all that way. So we were quite close to the gates. So we got there probably right around 6:30. The ride from here to Hollywood Studios was just about 15 minutes or so. Once we had walked in and gotten up to security check-in and all of that, it was just about 6:45. And I think they let us in right about at 7, right? Or a little bit early?
Early.
I think maybe a few minutes early, but not like 15 minutes early. I don't even know if it was 10 minutes early, but maybe like 5 minutes early, something like that. So we walked in, and so here's where it got a little bit weird. I thought because, and maybe I misread or misheard, I really don't know. I thought that we were able from 7 to 9 to ride the rides in Toy Story Land, like straight up, like that's what I thought. So they funneled us and kind of directed us to go to ABC Commissary, which is a restaurant. And now I knew that breakfast was included with our tickets, but I was planning on going and riding rides from like 7 to 9 in Toy Story Land, and then from 9 to 10, when the rest of the park was open, we would have this like private breakfast area for the guests that were doing early morning magic. Does that make sense? So that was my plan. Well, that plan didn't really work that well because it turns out that we weren't allowed to go into Toy Story Land until 7:30 a.m. So we were there at 7, which is when the event started officially, but we actually couldn't go into Toy Story Land until 7:30. That's completely fine. I just wish I had known that. I don't know if that was something for today or if that's a new thing or if that's how it's always been and I just totally missed that in my research. I really don't know. But what we ended up doing was, and I showed you, I got like some yogurt and fruit. Riley ate like a pastry or something. We got some coffee, tea, juice, like just had like a very light, snacky kind of breakfast for those 30 minutes. And then we went over to Toy Story Land. Toy Story Land was amazing. I mean, the details of that land are astounding. They totally blew me away. We just loved it. It was just really, really cool. It was great to be in there with so few people because obviously this is a special ticketed event, and so it wasn't full or crowded at all. We were able to ride every ride as much as we wanted, as many times as we wanted, with little to no wait time. The longest we waited was maybe 10 minutes for Slinky Dog Dash, which is the roller coaster and definitely the headliner of Toy Story Land. We loved that ride. It's really fun. The first time we went, we thought it was great, and the second time it was even better because our coaster was going faster the second time. I don't know whether it was like the weight of the people in it or I don't know what the deal was, but it was definitely much faster. It was really fun. When we were on Slinky Dog, you could see Star Wars Land under construction, and it is amazing. Amazing. I'm just so excited. I'm not even a big Star Wars person. Riley, my husband, is a huge Star Wars person, but I cannot wait because it's gonna be incredible from the looks of it. So we rode Slinky Dog a few times. We went over to Alien Swirling Saucers, which is kind of like an upgraded teacups ride. Neither of us were like blown away by it, but I think kids would think it was really, really fun. It's cute, it's well done. And then we went over to Toy Story Mania, which is really a great game. I love it. I almost always lose, and I lost again today, but I was winning until like the very last game of the ride. So annoying because I was almost gonna win. But anyway, so we went and did that, and we could ride all of them as many times as we wanted. And by the time we were like finished from 7:30, by like 8:30, we had ridden everything like as many times as we wanted. We felt like really good to go. I think some people with, younger kids went and met Woody and Jessie, who were super, super cute. So you could go do that. Buzz was out, you could meet him. We didn't do those things, but we thought the interactions with the kids were super cute. So Some people were in there for a little bit longer, but we kind of walked around and explored and took photos and things like that. And then we headed back to the ABC commissary for our meal. So the deal with the meal was, and I think I pretty much explained this, but basically there was like a continental breakfast buffet. So there was cereal, fruit, yogurt, juice, tea, coffee, water, and pastries. And there were like 4 of the exact same identical buffets in this building. And so you could go and eat any of that. And then there was also included with the price of the event, you could go up to the counter and you could order anything off the menu, which I think I tried to get a shot of. It was a little bit hard to do because of the lighting. But there were a few different, there was like shrimp and grits. There was like a charcuterie breakfast board. There was some kind of avocado toast situation. There was, we got like some fried chicken, cinnamon donut thing. Neither of us are particularly picky, and we usually are really happy with Disney food. I thought it was just okay. So take that with a grain of salt, because that's just one person's opinion. And maybe on another day, if I was more in the mood for the things they were offering, I would really love it. But I thought the food was just okay. But I did think that the event was worth it for us in terms of being in the park with like, I mean, if you saw my photos on Instagram from this day, there was just nobody there. I mean, it was just, the park was empty. And one thing that was awesome about this event was that it set us up for success for the rest of the day. So since we had already done Toy Story Land, once the park opened at 9, of course, everyone was running to Toy Story Land. That was the first thing, that everyone was just like mobbing over to Toy Story Land. But we had already done that. So we went over to Rock and Roller Coaster and we rode that, and with like no wait time. And then we went over to Tower of Terror and Riley rode that, and that was absolutely no wait time. And then we went over to Star Tours, and that's when it started picking up a little bit more, and the wait was a little bit longer at Star Tours, but still pretty reasonable. We did a little bit of shopping and kind of looking around and things like that, and then headed out of the parks. And then, like I said, it's just about noon and we are back at our hotel. So it was a really good morning. I really liked not having to wait in like crazy lines. I know that it's really hard for people sometimes to get fast passes for Slinky Dog Dash. So if you're really excited about Toy Story Land and you would be interested in going to an event like that, there are definitely pros and cons. I mean, you get the park to yourself, it's empty, it sets you up for success, you can ride the rides basically as many times as you want. All that's great. The cons are, it's really, you have to get up really early. For the average person, getting up, you know, and getting yourselves all together by like 6:15 is pretty early. So that's a con. I felt like the food was a little bit more toward the con list, although that's, like I said, take that with a grain of salt, totally just an opinion. And so, you know, you kind of have to weigh it. I said in my last vlog, and I'll say it again, in this one, we have paid for every single thing on this trip. Nothing is sponsored. So I'm just telling you what I think about the things that we spent our money on. Disney's not paying for any of this. They're not paying, they don't know who I am. They're not paying for me to vlog this, nothing like that. So that is the story of Early Morning Magic. I wanted to make sure I gave a pretty thorough recap of it while it was still fresh in my mind. So we did depart for Hollywood Studios 45 minutes ahead of time from our resort, but keep in mind that we did use a lift, which is faster than using the buses almost always. So there you go. Hope that's helpful. You can find more information out on Disney's site if you search Early Morning Magic. There's Early Morning Magic in Magic Kingdom as well. It's a very similar event where, you know, some attractions are open in the morning. There's no waits. It's a smaller crowd. You get breakfast, all that kind of thing. So you can go check that out and research it on your own if you're interested in doing that on your next Disney trip. But that's that. Now we're gonna go ahead and rest, like I said, for like an hour or so, and we're gonna head back out to Animal Kingdom. We're going to Tiffins for dinner tonight, which we've never been to and have always wanted to go, so we're really excited about that. And then we have fast passes for Expedition Everest, Kilimanjaro Safaris, and Flight of Passage, which I'm really looking forward to going on Flight of Passage again. Okay, I'm tired of talking. See you guys later. Oh my goodness, y'all. Lindsay from prettylittlemonograms.com, she was getting emails because I wore one of her pullovers in my Disney vlogs from last year, and people were emailing her about it. And so she wanted to send me, I thought she was sending me one pullover, and she sent me 3, and she had them delivered to my resort. And so they were waiting here in my room when I just got back. Are these not just beautiful? This one's pink. Oh, I love the pink and navy, and this is like a darker charcoal heather with the red polka dots, and this one's with the pink polka dots. I love them. Oh my gosh, this was so, so generous. She also emailed me and told me to share a coupon code with you guys, which is if you use the code Blair, B-L-A-I-R, you get 10% off your order. And this is from prettylittlemonograms.com. Lindsay, this is awesome. These are precious. I love them. Thank you so, so much. Y'all go check her out, prettylittlemonograms.com. Super, super cute. These are all the quarter zip pullovers. I have one like this of hers, and I really like it. It has kind of a more feminine fit, which I really like. I think it's really flattering, and they're a little bit longer, which I like for wearing with leggings. So these are amazing. So, so cute. Thanks, Lindsay. I love them. And you guys make sure and go check out her shop and use Blair for 10% off. It's about 4 o'clock p.m. and we are walking into Animal Kingdom. This day has shaped up to be really beautiful after such a chilly morning and such a rainy yesterday. We are heading out on Kilimanjaro safaris. We're in Pandora right now, and I just got a night blossom, which is like an apple berry something with boba on top. It's really good. And Riley got a beer that's green.
A lot of people are going to be calling me crazy.
Cheers! We are in Tiffins for dinner, which is a restaurant in Animal Kingdom. It is a signature dining restaurant, so it's very quiet in here, so I'm being respectful and quiet for the other guests. I got some passion fruit iced tea, and we got the bread service for our appetizer. Riley also got another appetizer that has falafel and charred octopus, and then we just placed our entree orders. But these are 3 different sauces and then 3 different kinds of bread. It is so beautiful and peaceful in here, and we're really excited to try the food. We've heard all kinds of great things, so we'll definitely let you know. Riley ordered this appetizer to try. So on the right here is the falafel, and on the left is the charred octopus. What do you think?
Falafel's boring, I've had it. Octopus I had to
But
get.
this falafel looks really good.
I'm sure it's the best falafel I've ever gonna
This
have.
bread service was delicious. We both highly recommend it. And I got passion fruit iced tea. It's also delicious.
Big fan, then we put
Here is
yeah, on the plane.
our meals.
You were off the plane, but no, you were on the plane for 2 hours sitting down. Bless your heart. I think I waited a good 45 because they were saying the hydraulic check or...
Oscuridad. Por su seguridad y la de todos, les pedimos que permanezcan sentados y mantengan los vacíos completamente libres hasta que las...
So we just saw Rivers of Light, and I was so mesmerized by it that I only really filmed the first minute. If you want to see it, you could search on YouTube. I'm sure some other, probably dozens of people have put it up. But anyway, it was beautiful. I really liked it a lot. I'm glad we saw it. That was the first time we've seen it, even though it's been out for a little while. This is our first time ever being in Animal Kingdom in the evening, and we've really enjoyed it. Rivers of Light was really beautiful. Our meal was great. So there you go. Hey guys, it is just about 10 o'clock p.m. now. We are back at our hotel. We ended up, after Rivers of Light, the park was closed, Animal Kingdom was closed, so we ended up taking a Lyft back home here, and that was a really good plan because after I signed up with Lyft, they sent me an email for my first 10 rides to get 50% off, so it was only $5 or $6 to go from Animal Kingdom to here. And since we were leaving when the park was closing, there were just throngs of people. It was really nice to just get in a warm car and come directly to our hotel rather than waiting out at the bus stop for maybe 45 minutes or an hour. So I know that it's so dependent on a variety of different things like family size and things like that, car seats needed, that kind of thing. But if you are in a situation like us where, you know, you're able to just pop in a car, I highly recommend using Lyft for things like that because it's relatively inexpensive. Obviously, using the buses are included, so they're free, but for me it's quite cold out, and so we were kind of ready to get inside and get warm, so we were totally fine with the $5 or $6 charge to do so. Also, I wanted to talk about Tiffins because I think you probably could have heard I was talking really lightly in my vlog while we were there, because it is a really beautiful restaurant. It's signature dining, so it's 2 credits if you're on the Disney dining plan. We are not on the dining plan this trip, so we paid out of pocket. It's a restaurant that I've heard a lot of really good things about, and we have never tried. And honestly, I think it's probably the best meal that we have ever had on property. Every course that we had was just delicious. The waiter was amazing. The ambiance was very warm and cozy and relaxed. We just thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. Not to mention the food was delicious. The chef obviously is very, very, very talented. I mean, the way that the flavors were combined, it was just really, really good. I would say that if you don't have an adventurous palate, I don't know that you would love Tiffins. The food and the combinations of flavors and things like that are definitely a little bit more adventurous than, you know, like your average restaurant. So that's something to keep in mind. That being said, my husband has a very adventurous palate. He will literally eat anything. I am more in the middle. And I was able to, my dish was delicious. I got a short rib dish, and it was absolutely one of the most delicious dinners I have ever had in my whole life. I mean, it was just delicious. And Riley got this, like, gosh, I don't remember what it was called, but it was great. Anyway, our dinner was awesome. We loved it. We rode Flight of Passage. Love that ride. It's so great. And then we saw Rivers of Light. We bumped into, today, 2 people. I bumped into Ashley in Hollywood Studios this afternoon. So hi, Ashley, if you're watching. And I bumped into Taylor in Animal Kingdom this evening in Pandora. Taylor is actually a cast member there. So it was really fun getting to meet 2 of y'all who watch my videos. It was just really a really cool moment to meet both of you. So we have been having such a fun time. Didn't we have a good day today?
Yeah.
It was a really good day, really good day. I thought I would show you, I've purchased 3 things so far on this trip, so I wanted to show you them before I finish this vlog out. But thanks so much for following along with another one of our Disney days on this trip. Cups are flying, ice is flying, we don't know what's happening. All right, here are the 3 things that I picked up so far. All right, yesterday at Epcot, I purchased this, they're calling it Potion Purple. It's really, the color is really off right now because of the TV, but it's it's just like a really pretty violet purple color. And then the letters are like a multicolored glitter. So the back says Walt Disney World. It's a Spirit jersey. If you follow along with Disney shopping and things, then you definitely know what Spirit jerseys are. They're definitely really popular. So this is the back, and then the front just has just like a little logo. So I picked this up in Epcot yesterday at Mouse Gears, which is a really large store, and I had it delivered to the resort, which if you're staying on any Disney property, you can do that. That way you don't have to carry it around. So I picked that up, which I'm really excited about wearing. I also grabbed these tonight in the Grim Floridian little shop. I'm a sucker for stuff like this, and it's a vacation, so there you go. And then I thought this was really cute. I love having, I almost buy a Disney keychain like every year that we're here, just because they make me happy. And I thought this one was really cute, just to remind me of this amazing dream trip that we have gone on. Even though it's only day 2, I wanted to get it. This one, it says Grim Floridian, has the G and the F. Then we have the teapot, swan, little carousel horse, a rose, a swirly Mickey head, and a little umbrella. And I thought that was, oh sorry, I thought that was a cute little keychain. So that's gonna go on my keys once I get back home. So those are my 3 little purchases for the evening. Riley has had his eye on a few things but hasn't settled yet and hasn't bought them yet, so I'm sure he'll be finding something in the next couple of days. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more Disney, because this is only day 2. And thanks again. Really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.